Ladies and germs. Oh, good move, Stu.
Same place. The same place.
So we took a little break and back out with my Mojave. She's an awesome truck. It's basically stock except for the motor. Actually, the only thing that's stock is the ESC. It's electronically speaking. I've had my favorite Enduro brushless servo in this this is actually its second summer. I've had this car. Is this the third summer I've had this? This was the first 6S car I got.
Yeah, it's the first successful you bought.
Yeah, and
you got that the first year you got that during the winter, but
yeah,
you didn't take it out until the summer.
yeah. So last summer, one winter, one summer, another winter, and this is the second summer. So 2 full seasons with this Enduro brushless servo. I actually ran this probably 4 or 5 times with the stock servo, and then it finally died on me. And after that, I put that $30 brushless servo in here that I used in the 3S cars with good success. So this was my first trial with a 6S car, and it's been in there ever since. So basically 2 full years winter use too with this servo. And I had this servo in the Creighton for a while, but really it's best in this. The Creighton needs the Creighton, I wanted a full-bodied aluminum servo for that one. I wanted it to be extra tough because the wheels are larger and requires more force to turn them in the grass and whatnot. So I put a hot racing adjustable servo saver in it, and that brushless servo. Oh, and the thing is, that's an awesome jump, dude.
Yeah, I know.
And the thing has been a chip ever since. On my Creighton, I noticed I was getting some movement where the servo horn attaches to the base of the servo. It was kind of a little bit wobblier than I wanted, so I opened up the servo and I checked everything out. The bearings were good, and I just don't have that same issue with this car. But regardless, I didn't like all that movement, so I bought the full-bodied aluminum servo, and that took care of the problem. But I also paid $15 to $20 more for the Creighton servo. It was like 48 bucks, something like that, and that's not the most expensive servo I bought. Most expensive servo I bought was like $70 for the Vortex. I put a Power Hobby servo in that thing in the first year I was driving. That's what the see, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about anything, and the guy at our hobby shop suggested I use that one. And he also gave me this goofy ass servo saver that I couldn't figure out how to make it work because it had a bunch of adapters that you want to use on it. So he really steered me in the wrong direction. He should have given me that little red 25T servo saver that all the 3S cars use after, you know, you've got the 23T black one, and so there's a red one that's identical to that, but it's 25T, and that's what I should have been offered at that store. He probably didn't have one to give me, which is silly because they carry Arma products and sell those cars, so they should have been stocked up on those 25T servo savers. But I don't know. That's just me. If I own that place, I would recognize that most of these Arma car users, the 3S, are not going to be replacing them with the stock servo 23C. So I would have a plethora of options available, but I would definitely have on hand a whole slew of those red 25T plastic servo savers. So I had to learn myself that my hobby guy was not a good help to me in that particular instance. And in fact, I've learned way more off the community and by just trial and error than I ever have with that guy. I found that in hobby shops there's a certain kind of snobbery, and instead of being helpful to newbies, they're kind of like scornful. They're like, dude, I know you know more than me. That's why I'm asking you. You don't have to make me feel like I'm not in the club, because right. You want me to? You're a businessman, like. So even if you're not a nice guy, it behooves you to be a nice guy, and not just try to walk somebody out the door having spent as much as possible, Right. Now I know that man is really out to just sell the most expensive thing, and not really be helpful to somebody who doesn't know anything. So that's just my experience. The other guys in the hobby shop, the younger guys, they were a little bit more helpful, but they don't own the shop, They probably don't care one way or another about upselling people. Uh-oh, what's that?
Got a wood chip stuck.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, I just went through this pile, so naturally something's going on here. Oh, where are you? Oh, yeah. All right, that might be it. I don't know. No. Something's not quite. Could I finally have gone through my gears? No. Just sounded crappy.
The whole bunch just fell out.
I don't know. Could my pinion be slipping? No, that looks like it's... Huh, yeah. Huh. What is it? Motor's running nice and smooth.
Sounds better now, dude.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, it was just a wood chip.
Yeah, during the summer, I kind of stopped running all my dirt skirts because the heat is more important to me than, cleaning a couple of wood chips out or whatever. And in these cars, wood chips will tend to get ground up rather than causing big problems. Like those plastic telescoping drive shafts in the 3S cars, they will get chewed right down to nothing. If the little rock goes in there and doesn't come out, just sits there spinning on that shaft, you'll chew right through it and then, ruin your... You'll be like, why do I only have two-wheel drive now?
That's the other thing you could also say about those guys.
But they are great beginner cars. They're a good introduction to the hobby. Once you get your taste on one of these things, and
you'll never go back.
No, you're just like they're almost carefree. I check them out before I run because screws do come loose, and pinion gears come loose, grub screws, that sort of thing. So I give them a once over generally before I go out. Or after I'm done, but usually I don't want to do anything after I'm done. So, The day of or the day before, I start looking at them. Which probably should be, I mean, a broken part will be obvious, most likely. So, I mean, the only reason it'd be beneficial to look at them after, or before, or, I'm sorry, after you run them that day is to know if you have to order anything. I don't keep a bunch of spare parts on hand for these cars. I've got some drive shafts and, you know, knuckles and C-hubs and things like that, because when one breaks, I just replace that one. I don't replace something unless it's completely broken or worn out. I won't do it just to have a fresh set on the car. That's ridiculous.
That's not a bad little jump if you had. I wouldn't mind.
Oh, going that way? No.
Those
it's fun.
you know what I mean? But when you do this kind of stuff,
it's too much.
It's too much. You just need one of those.
See, yeah, like coming down here, hitting this one, and nothing here.
Right.
And just
and then hitting that one would
and
be
nothing
awesome,
there.
because then you could come down. Right. If there was nothing here, that'd be perfect.
I just got a drop on my toe.
I was talking.
Right there.
Spit.
No. So yeah, yeah, having these hills, taking every other one out would be perfect. But also, it's nice to have them spaced to where when you come up one, you come down the other.
Right.
You know, that's perfect.
Not down into them.
Yeah, you don't want to smash head on, which would probably be the case with this car, especially right here. I could probably see if you can hit this and then come down this one. I think you can. I think I've done it. Well, you got to get more speed than that.
Oh, I thought you were talking
this
about
one.
Okay. I'll let you give it a try.
Yeah. See, this car can't do it.
It's just going to be like a W.